Yeah. Someone at the door, John, now I'm here to stay. Tell me who the fuck gonna face the music. More brick lane, less screen time. Been cutting back on the daily usage. Long road for the road dogs, for the weird miles from a soapbox. Got BKTs on this bitch, so everybody getting rolled on, yeah. Yeah, everybody getting rolled on. Check all this credits on BMI. I'm just too kind to expose y'all. And I see a team with a ghost sign and question if y'all ever wrote songs. All enemies of mine, a band study, please don't.
They're going to kill me. I told them to send me a video holding an object and start nodding.
Anything is a dildo when you really put your mind to it. There's no such thing as too large or too sharp. Every time you stop to question yourself, I want you to tell yourself, I can, and I will.
That is right, ladies. You can and you will. All right? At the end of the day, anything can be a dildo, you know, if you put your mind to it, like the lady said. You know what I mean? And, hey, I'm all for sexual liberation for ladies and whatnot and everything. So, you know, if you need to experiment with anything crazy, you know, anything sharp or large or whatever, you know, you do what you got to do, right? You know, as long as, you know, you're diverse and everything and whatnot, like with the objects and shit and whatnot. Make sure that they're multicolored, you know, for diversity purposes and whatnot, right? But anyways, so, of course, this has to be the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast, and another Bleeding Edge reaction, because who the fuck else would actually play something so fucked up to start the show, right? You know, so I'm here, and again, just to remind y'all, I am Jeff S, aka TrueKnowledge, as very few people actually are willing to call me these days. I'm here with my good friend, my new friend, Nate, the Godfather. He's here with me to do another video reaction collaboration in my series introducing Band Maid to Nate. So Nate, what's good, man? How you doing? And what all you got to say about yourself?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here. I appreciate the offer to come on to the show. My name's Nate. 20 years old, come from Newark, Delaware. You guys can follow me on my socials with the same name, Nate the Godfather. Check me out on Instagram. Also check me out on Spotify and SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever you got in the hoopty you're driving in. You know, bump my tunes and, you know, give me some feedback on what you like, what you don't like. Make sure you send it out to your friends. And I appreciate everybody that's watching and for all my friends and family for supporting me. So.
Fuck you, Steve from Bumble. Fuck you.
There you go. That's what we think about that, folks. No, I'm just playing, man. Hey, I'll make sure in the description for the video and whatnot, when it's all said and done, that I get your links up and shit and whatnot, and everything, so people can connect with you and everything, with your YouTube and your Insta and all that shit. But really quick though, you know, before we actually decide to launch into bandmaidplay, the official live version, I want to play an advertisement again for us supporting women's sports. There you go, folks. Over here at the Bleeding Edge, supporting women's sports every day. You know, we are literally, you know, like complete beta cuck, like feminist type guys over here. You know what I mean? Like we're that kind of guys. No, that's not true. We're not.
I was about to say,
we're not. I'm just playing. Luckily, we are not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, and we never will be. So, anyway, so no, you know what? Hey, let's get into this shit. All right. I mean, hey, it's a reaction video. You know, let's get into some fucking Band Maid, man. So let's be clear here. Y'all know you guys already know the formula. Shout out to the Band Maid Fandom. I love all of you and whatnot and everything. Y'all people are all good ass people. You're all unique people. And I feel very blessed and lucky and humble to be a fan and be a member of the fandom. And I'm here to introduce Band Maid to Nate. Nate don't play around. You know, he's a musician himself. He's knowledgeable from a musical standpoint. So he's not going to he's not going to pull any punches and shit in terms of what he sees with Band Maid. And we'll see what we end up at the end of the day. So, hey, let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's grind it. Band Maid Play. Miku! Okay. Nate. Band Maid, play. All right. First off, the members of the band are the vocalist, the lead singer is Psyche. And the lead electric guitarist is Konami. The backup vocalist and rhythm guitarist is Miku. The fucking sick ass drummer back there and whatnot is Akani. And the fucking sick ass bassist is Misa, aka the Barefoot Assassin. And essentially Miku and Akani are tied as my favorites out of the maids. So if you haven't noticed, they play in like maid outfits, like on their shows, like that's their deal. So hey, what's up? Like, you know, what do you think? What are your first thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie to you, that is not what I expected at all. Like, coming into this blindly, I had no idea what Band Maid was. Like, I still really don't know what they're about yet, but like, cause I mean, clearly I can't really understand them, you know what I mean? So I know whatever they said, they felt it, and that's important to me when hearing a song, is that they feel what they're saying. Two, I'm a big fan of Japanese culture. I love anime, love hentai, love, you know, just like samurais and ninjas. I've always been into that shit since I was a kid, the Edo period, all that. So that, I love that standpoint. The fucking drummer went crazy. Like,
she's sick in this fucking song, isn't she?
Yeah, like it took me about 30 seconds to realize they were all female. And I was like, I saw the guitarist, and I was like, okay, I like, you know, I like when there's a female in the band. And then it goes to the bassist, and I'm like, yo, there's another one. And then the drummer, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, they're all female. You know, they're Japanese.
Did you forget? I warned you right at Jump that they are an all-female 5-piece rock band.
Yeah, I guess that must have slipped my mind or some shit. But that like, for some reason it didn't register, and I was just like the Japanese letters didn't register. I literally thought this was gonna be a group of like white dudes from like the Midwest or some shit. So like, I was pleasantly surprised in a weird way, because like, I do listen to songs in other languages. Like, there's a couple Turkish songs that I like.
Well, hold on, Nate. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You like anime, right? Have you delved into any J-rock, J-metal at all and whatnot in the past?
Not necessarily. Like, I'll listen to like intros and endings of like the animes, like sometimes. Because me personally, like when I was younger, if I couldn't understand what was being said, I wasn't really into it. But growing older and you know, realizing my roots, I started checking out music from where my family's from. And you know, I started listening to Spanish music, and it just like it kind of I was like I understood what they were saying partially, but like I got the point of what they were saying, and then I started getting into other countries. So I started, like I said, I listened to like a couple Turkish songs, and you know, Russian songs, and then I did find myself in the Japanese rap culture for a little while, just like looking over that, just kind of seeing like, you know, what they have to offer, what sounds they have, because they're, you know, their beat makers and producers probably go crazy with like original samples from like Japanese culture. So I was like, I love that sound anyway. I don't know if you've heard of the game Neo 2.
No.
It's a game about like the Edo period, where they fought like Oni and shit like that. But there's like a sample of this part of this intro song that I want to use for a song, and I was like, but when I heard them, I was like, I want to use their song for a sample. Like, I want to sample their shit now. Like,
well, yeah. I personally, right, have a similar type of like background where my daughter actually tried to get me into J-Rock like years ago and shit, when she was into anime, right, and everything and whatnot, and I didn't give a fuck. I didn't even pay attention to her, you know. Then I got into anime years later, right, and especially like Naruto Shippuden and Sword Art Online is one that really fucked me up with some of their intros with like Lisa and Adamas and shit like that and whatnot and everything. Some of that shit is hot. And so same thing, dude. Like, you know, I was watching Naruto Shippuden and like hearing all these fucking dope ass like rock songs and shit, like for the intros and outros and whatnot. You know, and at this point, man, honestly, like, yo, I'm telling you right now, I am like literally like salivating and looking forward to like, bro, to just like throwing you into like some J metal and some J rock and shit and whatnot. And like getting like dropping some of these fucking like J rock and J metal bands on you and whatnot, dude. Because I think they're gonna really fuck you up, bro. And I'll tell you right now, I think that the third song we're gonna be doing on round 3 is gonna have subtitles, so you'll be able to actually see captions and read what the lyrics are. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you that the lyrics are very positive. Their message is very uplifting. It's one of like very much a positivity and about being yourself and like breaking through new walls, being an individual, being free, you know, and breaking your chains, you know, that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like, so it's very positive. There's no doom and gloom with Band Maid. Right. So, okay, now you already identified the fact that Akane is fucking sick in this song already. Yeah. What else did you notice about the band so far, the music?
Excuse me. It gave this like very like early 2000s vibe to me, like when I was a kid growing up. I listened to a lot of rock and metal, like Incubus and, you know, Avenged Sevenfold, and but then I got into like hair bands and like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and etc. And that was like my whole like existence was like rock at that point in my life. And then hearing this now, it kind of gave me like a nostalgia type feeling, but like it's almost like when you wake up really early in the morning and someone tries to talk to you, but you have no idea what the hell they're saying. It's like that, but with a song. Like it sounds like something that's like personal to like because me, I like instruments in general. Like drumming is like one of my favorite arts of music.
Do you get the same vibe that I do with Psyche's vocals, where it makes no difference that it's in Japanese, it just sounds good?
Yeah, because that I mean, singing, a lot of times people just make noise but they do it like melodically and it just sounds good. You don't necessarily need words, even though she's speaking words. You don't really need them to get your point across.
No,
Your feelings.
Not only that, but also to show your talent as a musician,
Right.
as a vocalist. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the fact that she's not singing in English doesn't take anything away from her actual vocal abilities.
No, it doesn't at all.
And also, just so you know, and so you all know out there in the fandom and whatnot that follow these collaborations and shit and everything, I'm changing the game up for Nate and whatnot and making shit interesting and everything at this point. And basically, honestly, Nate, a lot of times I like to do things like I'll drop an instrumental right off the bat on a set of new Band Maid fans, like, you know, of guests on these, you know what I mean? And I'll start them off with an instrumental, right, and kind of set them up to where I can ask them questions in that first reaction at the end about what they think the vocals are going to sound like what they think Psyche's going to be like. Is the band going to be any different with vocals, you know, whatever. Well, I'm changing it up now. I'm throwing Psyche at you from jump and whatnot, and letting you get a taste of the full band. Then we're going to jump in and do an instrumental as our second reaction and whatnot, and you're going to get a chance to actually hear the band just play. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to rock it out and end it for round 3 with, again, dropping Psyche into the mix and shit with vocals and whatnot. And we're actually going to react to 2 Band Maid songs that I've never reacted to before. Well, no, excuse me. One I have, one I haven't. So there's going to be one song in there. It's a video. It's like a 7-minute video of 2 songs. There's a little tiny gap in between. And at that point, the last song, the 4th song, I've never reacted to, and I've only heard like bits and pieces. So I'm actually going to react with you to a song that's totally basically new to me. And I don't usually do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, I'm being very, very, very patient and very cautious with the Band Maid catalog. In 3 months, I've only actually probably heard, legitimately, maybe 6 or 7 songs total. There's over 100 in their catalog. But I'm taking it slow, man. You know what I mean? I want to savor it.
Right.
So I'm just getting little bits at a time. You know? Dropping a new song in there every 2 weeks or so, you know what I mean? Just to change it up. But hey, let's get back to the song.
All right.
There we go, man. There we go. That was bandmaidplay. Nate, look. First of all, the lead singer, Psyche, is fucking beautiful, man. Like, she is gorgeous. Straight up, dude. You know what I mean? Like, she's an attractive woman, man. I mean, they all are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but, like, she is extremely attractive. So, you know, I guess my first question would be, before you know, give me your thoughts on the song overall and whatnot and everything and where, you know, where you're at with that. So who stood out for you? Like, who, you know, who did you pay attention to and whatnot and everything as we got through the song and whatnot?
I mean, naturally for me, I kind of just look towards the drummer just automatically. They're all fine as hell. That's what I did realize. Yeah, definitely the lead vocalist and the drummer.
Did you notice how, I don't know I don't know how much you dug it or whatever, but I absolutely love Miku's supporting vocals, her backup vocals with Psyche, and their harmonies and whatnot and everything together, when they riff off each other and shit like that. Did you catch that one section where they were going off each other back and forth and whatnot and everything?
Yeah.
I love that shit. Was that not cool?
Yeah, I like when anybody does it, really. I just like when people play off of each other's type of deal, you know, follow up.
Yes. And there's almost like hip hop elements here and there and whatnot and everything that you kind of detect a little bit with some of those vocals and some of that back and forth and everything with, you know, and whatnot with like the harmonies and whatnot. And at the same time too, in like the third stanza, towards like the third quarter of the song, the music kind of swings in a direction along with Psyche's vocals where things get kind of almost funky a little bit. You know what I mean? Did you notice that at one point they had Misa at the bass and Konami at guitar riffing off each other and doing like mini solos off each other?
Yeah, they were going off in the second half of that song.
Yeah. What do you think of how they look with the maid costumes on?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it work?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
I don't think anybody else can pull that off, but
how would you describe like what you think about it?
The band or the song?
The costumes, like that
costumes?
That whole vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it just because they're attractive, or like how because they look hot, or like, I mean, do you just dig the fact that they wear that shit?
The fact that they wear a costume has just always been cool to me. Like, I feel like dressing up for the part is always cool. So, like, you know, it's like when actors change wardrobe. You know, when you go out on stage, you change into your gear. So that's
well, I'll tell you what. Tell me if you don't dig this and think this is cool. I love the fact that they're expressing their femininity out loud, straight up with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're not afraid to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like, look where we're at culturally these days, man. You know what I mean? Like, with things, you know, with men and women these days, and like how women have to be in public, and like,
I'm growing up in it. You don't got.
I mean, how some of these, I mean, you know, with fucking third wave feminists, radical feminists around and shit, whatnot, and everything, and like, you know, all that crap, you know, and all that, you know, like, dude,
I don't know. Stay away from it almost.
Listen, I respect the fuck out of the fact that, like, yo, they're like totally not afraid to be feminine out loud, and at the same time kick you right in the fucking teeth with their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a fucking sick dichotomy right there, bro.
Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure.
Yo, they're keeping it real, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are. You know what I'm saying? So
the fact that they have their own style in doing them is just like, it's always important. Like, I mean, if it was like if it was just like a band that, you know, sounded like every other band, it wouldn't interest me in the slightest. But like, you know, it doesn't sound like every band I listen to, but it still gives me that, you know, that nostalgic feeling back to the stuff that I loved growing up. So
So,
cool.
what's your overall take on the song itself? Overall, like, what are your thoughts
I
after
mean,
hearing it?
I like the song. I had no idea what the hell was going on really, but like I love the song. Like I love the stage presence, like the way they kind of like ran the stage, you know, the lights, all that type of stuff. They set that up pretty good. I love the drumming and you know just the instrument playing in general. They're really good. Um, I wish I could if I could understand what like the whole like you know
The lyrics, yeah, yeah.
like I can feel the vibe. I just can't feel like what the hell they're talking about. That's all. Like
But but you clearly notice that they're very talented at playing their instruments, so they know what they're
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah. And you're right. The production of that live show is very well done. It really is. The audio sounds very good, and again, that's live, right? That's a live song. So like you're getting them right there. Like that's how they sound live. You
right,
know. And the stage presence. Hey man, you called it, dude. Psyche has some serious stage presence, bro. Like serious bad. Like as a front woman and shit and whatnot, she holds it down. You know what I mean?
right,
But every individual member of Band Maid is talented individually. They all are, and nobody carries the band. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
They're a team, you know? So, okay, man, well, listen. I'm glad that you enjoyed Band Maid Play. I think that, folks, you out there in the fandom and those of you that catch this reaction with me and Nate, make sure that you dig into round 2 and then round 3, because on round 2, I'm going to drop fucking Onset on Nate and shit, the instrumental and whatnot, and see what he thinks of that shit. I think that shit's going to fuck him up, to tell you the truth, but we will find out. I could be wrong. But I think that he's going to be kind of either wowed or like speechless once he gets a hold of that. Hey, look, once again, this was me introducing Nate to Band Maid, my favorite fucking song in the world. And let's hope that we can goddamn convert him into being a Band Maid fan himself by the end of this shit. Shout out to the Band Maid Fandom worldwide and US. Shout out to all of our followers and subs here on YouTube. And if you are not a follower and a sub, then hey, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Yo, hit the fucking button, bro. Come on, dude. Like, take a break from hitting the crack pipe and shit, and just hit the button real quick.
no, hit the button. Why don't you hit the button already?
Yeah. And then on top of that,
the damn
too,
button.
get in the fucking comment section, man. Look, engage with us. I mean, say hello. Like, let Nate say hello. Like, say hello to Nate and let Nate know what you think of his reaction and shit and whatnot, right?
Yes.
If you have any suggestions for Nate of, like, songs or bands you'd like him to react to on his own, let him know in the comment section. Give him your suggestions. And I'm sure Nate will be happy to jump in and do them for you. Right, Nate?
Of course.
There you go. If there's something you want me and Nate to tackle together and react to and whatnot, some fucking, like, some band from who the hell knows where or some song, we'll get after that shit. Just let us know. And if you have some negative, nasty comments and shit, drop those too, man. It's all good. I can handle it.
You can do it, but I'm just saying
Yep.
you don't want the smoke, bro. You don't want the smoke from
Hey, you know what? I'm a big boy.
Understand.
I got thick skin, and at the end of the day, man, hey, sometimes, like, some of, like, the most negative comments I've ever gotten in the comment section have actually been comments that, like, helped evolve my game, and, like,
Right.
help me, like, make changes and whatnot in my content. So, hey, you know what? I thank those guys for, like, calling me a piece of shit and, like, saying my audio is fucking garbage and all that and everything. Thank you. I appreciate
Well,
it. But
I see your point, but they can smoke my pole. I don't know why.
I'm just,
They-
yo, Nate, I'm talking shit, man. I'm talking shit,
Yeah.
dude. They're not.
We
It's
can
not.
talk
They're.
shit. I'll
They're
get
not.
the flame in the comments. We can talk
No,
shit in the comments.
no.
Like,
They're not that bad, man. Like when they.
I'm sure your people are good.
No, dude. When I have made mistakes and whatnot, and they've called me out and shit, they've been sarcastic and kind of made fun of me a little bit and whatnot. But none of them have, like, called me names or whatever or anything like that. I'm very lucky, man. The people in the comment sections off these reactions are very kind and very positive people.
Glad to hear it.
All right, man. Well, hey, guess what? Bleeding Edge reaction in the tank. Another one in the tank. Another collaboration, video collaboration to Band Maid in the tank. And we will see you for round 2. Nate, Jeff, Onset.
Shimamoto Cage, とどめを刺せ。
Yo, do you know that guy, Nate? Is that your friend, Metal Face or some shit? Like, what's going on with that guy?
Yeah, but that's my second cousin. I don't know why
okay, cool. All right, well, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? That's an interesting look he's got going on there with the whole fucking Metal Face deal. You feel me?
Yeah, he's not invited to the family reunions anymore.
Well, hey, either way, man, he's an interesting looking dude, bro.